And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk program. Oh man, we got a great one lined up. Africa, the continent's getting hooked up, and Nigeria seems to be the country leading it. I'm going to talk about who's involved with Nigeria. Just the central bank. Just the central bank. And there's crypto. Nigeria's kind of different. Africa getting hooked up, because that's what we have to watch. When Africa gets hooked up, the whole world's pretty much hooked up. Because you got a continent with 50 different countries in there, and all of them probably hate each other, want to kill each other, whatever. You've got to try to get all these people to work together. Now, they don't need to be on the same team, but they have to use the same system, crypto. You got governments or countries that don't want to lose control. And now you want me to use this system like that. There's a lot of resistance to crypto. And this whole crypto has been taking since 2012. I mean, here we are 12 years later, 14 years later, and all that, trying to get it done. Today, we're going to have a deep dive here on Nigeria and the cryptos that are trying to get them all hooked up. And we're going to go over the countries involved. There's a couple of countries. USA is right in there helping them out. Google Launchpad's helping them out and all these things. That's how all this goes. Africa's splintered in different pieces, and they've got to, Mr. OG's Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria is, let me tell you something. Nigeria they were hand selected by the powerful people that be. They have some of the very first crypto wallet kind of thing. Oh yeah, we're going to go over Nigeria. This is not by accident. This is all planned. The pathway of Nigeria is going to be like the hub of Africa, in my opinion, the way that it's looking. The Central Bank of Nigeria has the same logo as Ripple. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at that. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I don't know anything about crypto. Sure as hell don't know anything about financial advice. Now, what do I know? That doing lots of drugs, Lagos, Nigeria, the financial hub. Yes, that's it. Lagos, Nigeria. That's what we're going to be looking at today. All I know is how to use hardcore drugs all the time. 24/7. Hot cocaine, heroin. Man, I'm snorting it, smoking it, eating it, injecting it. So don't listen to anything I say. Let us go. I got a lot of work to do. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there, like Smokey and the Bandit. Okay. Let me start off with this article here was the nemesis. Let's look. Here's where it all started, this idea here. Let me read off my notes. What I like to do is find where crypto is growing all around the world and then report that to you. So here's this article here. I'm going to summarize it. I took notes on this. The Nigerian government is making international money transfers cheaper for small businesses. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get in on this. Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria said they are finalizing a new payment system. It's called Vision 2028. Everybody, you're not going to be rich today or tomorrow. I don't believe that. Price predictions and all that dumb shit. Look, what we do on Crypto Hulk shows, we focus on facts. What I'm showing you right now is what's getting set up. This country of Nigeria has all the help from the IMF, from fintech companies. They're coming in and just guiding Nigeria. And once Nigeria gets it, then the other countries are going to probably be more susceptible. They're going to want it too. They're going to want to be rich. Let me continue here. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria said they are finalizing a new payment system. It's called Vision 2028. Is that when we get rich, Crypto Hulk? I think what they're talking about here is they'll have this whole payment system ready and up and running in 2028. I mean, it's possible. I'm going to name off some cryptos today that they're using, and tomorrow you're not going to be rich, so stop all the dumb shit. Maybe it takes you 2 years to get rich, okay? My program is not set up where you invest today and you're rich tomorrow. If that's your plan, please find another channel because it ain't going to work for you on this channel. Cross-border payments is a major part of this plan. This will also include small transactions. Think Stellar. Stellar crypto is all mixed up in this. They already have a regulatory sandbox in Nigeria. They're already using, like, real money. Real money is flowing through, but they're using small amounts to make sure nothing gets jammed up. And then they'll probably try to stress test it here and there to make sure it works. But this Nigeria is where we're watching very closely. Later, we'll do the deep dive. Right now, I'm just summarizing the article with my notes. Very high tech. I want you to see how much tech is involved here. See how I do this? Oh, shit. Did I just give away a crypto right there? You're not supposed to see that crypto right now. That's for later. Quit trying to trick Crypto Hulk into getting the cryptos right away. They already have a regulatory sandbox. Fintech firms to test cross-border solutions under supervision. Nigeria has fintech companies, and you might even have Nigerian companies, payment systems that have adopted American fintech or whatever, European fintech. And they're running real live in a sandbox under supervision by the Central Nigerian Bank. Okay. What we're talking about here today, all this stuff, these 4 cryptos, or maybe even 5 or 6, if we get into like Stellar would be one. All of these are being supervised by the Bank of the Nigerians. It's not just some people making crypto and they're running wild with it. No, you've got governments involved in today's show supervising the sandbox, everything. Now, some of these cryptos got 2 zeros in front of them. These are cryptos that the Central Bank of Nigeria is supervising. They're not a part of it. The Central Bank of Nigeria is just watching how things work and making sure they work, making sure there's no scammy stuff going on. These, they call it a payment stack. This payment stack launched June of 2025. So this sandbox in Nigeria, payment stack, meaning different technologies. We already know Stellar's one. That's going to be my opinion. And then later I'm going to show you facts. It's a real time. Now listen to this. What cryptos do we know of that deal with banks? I mean, it's Ripple. I don't know of any other crypto that is more. This is more about Ripple than anything else. Now, the article doesn't talk about Ripple. It talks about real-time payments platform. Is Ethereum a real-time payments platform? Okay. The payment stack they're talking about, now this is going to give away what cryptos they're using. This payment stack they're talking about is built on ISO 20022. Oh. Y'all know what the ISO cryptos are. HBAR, XRP, XLM, and there's others in there. Quant. Oh, man, Crypto Hulk. Nigeria has a sandbox. The government and the central bank are supervising cryptos. we know the cryptos they're using are ISO 20022. Oh, there's a payment stack going on, and they're testing them now for almost the past year. In June, it'll be a year. Oh, it's already integrated into Swift. Oh, man. And Swift coin, that's Linea, Linea. Oh, man. Now we got two cryptos, Crypto Hulk. This particular payment system supports multiple currencies. Oh, sounds like it could be the XRP Ledger, Crypto Hulk. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure XRP doesn't ever work with central banks. Here's what the central bank governor says in this article. Cross-border payments are now central to the global financial system. Oh, wow. Cross-border, think of a crypto that specializes in cross-border payments. Cross-border payments that are done in 2 to 3 seconds. Now narrow it down, 2 to 3 seconds. Think of a crypto that's cross-border payments, 2 to 3 seconds, that works with banks. Oh, and it's ISO 20022. Oh, you just eliminated Ethereum and Bitcoin, Crypto Hulk. Oh, yep. You ever wonder why those two cryptos are dumping hard, Bitcoin and Ethereum? Maybe people realize only good cryptos from here on out are going to survive. Oh, shit. You know, all those Bitcoin millionaires and billionaires, they're going to be broke. I'm just letting you know. Those people are going to get so fucking booty raped, their booty hole is going to get blowed out to that big. And they're going to be like, oh, shit, suicide hotline. Where is it? Crypto Hulk was right. What fintech companies are all about cross-border payments? Oh, just Ripple, Stellar, Tranglo, shit like that. Not a big deal. Next point, the central bank governor of Nigeria said, progress shows that improvements are possible through deliberate reforms. You have to deliberately reform payment systems. You can't just be like, oh, no, you have to purposely put in place ISO cryptos and platforms that will replace the old system. It's deliberate. You have to deliberately do this. You need to have crypto regulations, and you have to have banks that quit fighting this technology. That's what you got to have. The central bank of Nigeria governor says stronger cooperation among developing countries. Stronger cooperation among developing countries. You see what has to happen? People don't get along to begin with, right? Now we got to cooperate, and everybody has to use this this payment stack of ISO. Learn about it. They got to implement it, use it. That's another reason why things take so long. Eventually, if those government people or whatever, if they don't go with this, they're getting kicked out, they're getting taken out. Oh, yeah. That's how this works. You can either go with the crypto system or the system's going to take you out. That's how this thing goes. Let me repeat this again. Stronger cooperation among developing countries is necessary in a changing global environment. Oh, man, this is what's happening, everybody. Now we go to the deep dive. I read that article. I summarized that article to you. I wrote down, I read that article last night, and I pointed out the biggest things in that article. Now I'm going to use AI to deep dive what that article is about and what's going on in Africa and specifically Nigeria. Now, they talk about a near universal e-payment penetration by 2030. Now, we know in the Middle East, mainly in Saudi Arabia and stuff, they talk about 2030 as being like the official. I think before then, things will take off. I don't know to what extent because I don't do predictions. But maybe I think like a global last date on all this crypto is in 2030. I don't know. I don't care. In 2028, it's looking like Nigeria, that's when they need to be fully done. So just thought I'd put that out there. Now, Nigeria had a CBDC and they launched it in 2021. That's 5 years ago. I want you to see something like this has been taking a long time. The Nigerian CBDC has cross-border enhancements. Now, I looked at the article and I wanted to know what crypto companies, what blockchain companies, what fintech companies, who and what is helping Nigeria do all this. It turns out there's a Citibank chairman. He was the chairman of Nigeria from 2010 to 2023. He's all involved in this. We all know Citibank has that regulated liability network. Citibank already has their own crypto payment platforms called the Regulated Liability Network. They're actually wanting to use that for all the banks in the world, but they'll probably use it just for their partners. I'm almost positive Nigeria has adopted the Citibank because the guy from Citibank quit and he went to go work for the government in Nigeria. So I think we all know how this goes. The International Monetary Fund is involved with this as well. The G24, you've heard of the G20. That means it's a collection. This right here is a G24. It's a collection of the top 24 countries in the world. They're working with Nigeria to get them hooked up. Now, last week, we talked about a crypto named Gluwa, crypto company called Gluwa, Gluwa. Guess what? It pops up right in here again. Circle's involved in this. We will talk about the cryptos for Gluwa. That would be Credit Coin. And that would be Space Coin. So credit. Let me look that one up on CoinGecko. Boy, Jove, it's CoinGecko. Let me look this one up. Hold on a minute. Credit Coin. Credit Coin. Is that one word? CTC, Credit Coin. Righteous. Here is the CoinGecko page. Let me do a copy paste. If you're watching the program and you want to get the right crypto, it's CTC. And it starts off with OXA3E, and it ends with the numbers 820419er. That is the contract code for Credit Coin. Now, the other one that's tied into Gluwa would be Space Coin. And its ticker is called Space. And it's got 0.008. That's the price. Still cheap for all you little cheap bastards to get it. Let's do a copy paste here. Okay, there's your Space Coin on CoinGecko. Your contract code's 0x87A. The last numbers look like 2 and then lowercase BDC, that's Boy David Charlie, and 00 are at the end. You can look at the link after the show or whatever. Click on the link. Let me click out of Credit Coin and Space Coin. And go to the deep dive here. We got Plume Network hooked up in this. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Okay, back to the deep dive notes. Then I'll go back to the actual deep dive itself. I have to end this program today at 7:30, regardless. So whether I finish this or not, I'm going to try to speed round this stuff in. I'm going to go with the notes first, then get into the deep dive. If I don't finish it, fine. But I'll get you all the cryptos we need to know of. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria is partnering with Onafric, ONAFRIQ. And that's a Ripple partner. Here is the article for that. Onafric is how all of Africa is getting hooked up. It used to be called MFS Africa. And that's Ripple as well. It's the same company. There it is. Here's a Ripple page from 2022. So there, I sent you Onafric. I sent you MFS Africa. You can look all that up. This is all Ripple and Mojaloop hooking up Africa right here. So there's all your evidence. You can read that later. I only got time to go over that. KPMG is all involved in this. KPMG is like an accounting type firm. I'm pretty sure that's a Ripple partner. If it's Stellar or somebody, one in there. Let me look that up real quick. But they're like all up in this as well. I know a lot of times Ripple uses Deloitte. Let's see here. KPMG. If you go on to Google and type in KPMG plus and then Ripple, you'll see KPMG has historically and analyzed, engaged with Ripple's blockchain technology and the XRP ledger. So in 2016, KPMG evaluated the Ripple consensus ledger as an alternative to traditional slower payment systems. So KPMG monitors blockchain activity kind of things, and they're all familiar with Ripple and MasterCard. That's all I'm going to get into with KPMG. They're heavily involved with this Nigerian blockchain stack, okay? Now, here's what starts getting interesting. There's a company called Zen, X-E, capital X, E-N-D. The E-N-D is not capital. X-E-N-D, finance. Excellent. This is where it gets interesting. There's secret stuff going on with Zen. It's very deeply connected in the United States. Zen is involved as a Google partner. So right away, we know that, oh, speaking of Google, oh, hold on a minute. Let's do a copy. Okay, so here's the article here. Google-backed payment company Ripple in talks with NPCI. That's the National Payment Corporation of India. And they're working together. Now, this article is 2017. 9 years ago, Google-backed payment company Ripple is in India for payments, transfer account to account, global payments. So there's your evidence for that. And if we look at my notes, it's like the same thing. You got Google-backed. This whole Zen is a Google-backed partner, in my opinion, working with Ripple and Stellar as well. It's Zen Finance is the now here's this. Zen Finance is the first DeFi project from Africa. They focus on credit unions, and that's where maybe a bank social comes in. Hold on a minute. I have to do a little looky-loo here. TerraPay launches Zen. Okay. That's very interesting. That was November 2025. TerraPay's headquartered in London. And then there's TerraPay is mixed up with Bcash. And that might be the Chinese right there, the connection. PayPal and TerraPay are teaming up. Okay, so that's Ripple right there. Here's why. This article here is your PayPal, Visa. I can't get into this article again. This is all Ripple right here. If you read that article, you'll see Visa. Visa's running on Ripple technology. Visa bought 2 Ripple partners, Earthport and forgot the other company's name offhand. So let me get back. Currency Cloud, that's right. Visa bought Ripple partner Currency Cloud and Earthport 2017 for one, maybe 2020 was the other. So that whole PayPal, TerraPay, Bcash, Zen, that shit's all fucking Ripple and Visa. Okay. Now, this Zen works with credit unions, and that's why I'm starting to think Bank Social is tied with it. I couldn't find any evidence, but maybe they will be soon. Zen has evolved to tokenizing of real-world assets. Now, Zen, here we go. Now we go for the deep dive here. Zen is has gotten into real-world asset crypto tokens, and they have somebody they're working with called Asset Chain. Now, there's something called RWA, and that's mixed up in this right here. That crypto has 2 zeros in front of it. Here's the, if you're interested in buying this crypto, here it is right here. This is all early stuff. Before this takes off, everybody, what I'm showing you now, members, thank you for being a member. Thanks for supporting this channel at the $5 level, $10 level. And if you want to be a member for $500, you get access to Crypto Hulk on the phone to go over everything you need to do. $500 for 3 months. What I'm showing you here now is how Africa is just getting set up. I'm showing you cryptos that are not popular because they're not. That's why they're early, okay? Now, this RWA, real world asset tokenization on the asset chain, dealing with Zen protocol, who's got TerraPay mixed up all in this, which is Ripple, Visa, and all that shit. They provide, listen to this, 17% yield. It goes up to 20, AP annual percentage yield. You are able to make 17% to 20%. This is all Grok telling me this stuff. I'm not trying to sell a used car nobody wants. And I'm looking at this like 17%, son of a bitch. So maybe if I don't buy this now to stake, it's like when I get rich and I got 10 million bucks, I could put this in there and earn like $2 million a year. Like, oh shit. That's what I'm saying. Anyone can participate in this. This whole Zen asset chain, real world asset crypto, asset chain runs on the token real world asset. This is about Zen Finance. This all works together. So Zen Finance has a chain. It's called Asset Chain. And what asset do they run on that chain? RWA. That's where they're earning like 17 to 20% interest. That is massive right there. That's crazy. That's cray-cray. Anybody can join this. This is for retail, anybody. You don't have to be a credit investor, none of that dumb shit. Google Launchpad Africa is involved in this project. That means it's 100% legit. This real world asset token, asset chain, Zen, all this is tied into what? The United States stock market for tokenization. Oh, shit. I'm telling you, it's legit. Too legit to quit. They've got tokenization plus artificial intelligence already all up in this bitch, okay? The Polygon, co-founder of Polygon, has helped making this. You can stake real world asset. You can stake the crypto RWA to gain 20% interest. This is what Grok is showing me. The Nigerian central bank is all involved in this. That's how we know this isn't a scam. You have the government of a country, Google, Polygon developer, and there's other people we're going to talk about here later. They're all involved in this. This is a government central bank project right here. This is all legit. Too legit to quit. MC Hammer, 1987. They have something called a MAD wallet, capital MADW, and then Wallet, all one word, lowercase is the Wallet. MAD wallet. It's a, listen to this, metaverse enabled wallet. Now, I did a little deep dive trying to find out, is this Root Network? I want to say yes. Or Futureverse? Yes. Metaverse, Futureverse. I don't have evidence. I couldn't imagine it being anything else because the Metaverse, the Futureverse and the Metaverse have so many industry partners. But I can't give you evidence on that. That's my opinion. Root Network's mixed up in this. Now listen to this. Zend, the XEND, Zend has the world's, here we go, first metaverse-enabled DeFi crypto wallet. Hello, Nigeria. Pretty interesting. Now, the next thing I found out is with Zen, they have a company called eMoney. Now, eMoney, I tracked that down like a bloodhound. eMoney comes from something called Scallop. Couldn't really find out a lot about that. Kind of secretive, as all this shit is. It always goes back to the United States. Now, before I get into Scallop, let's talk about the Root Network. Is the Root Network dead? Oh, CryptoHawk, that project's been dead for so long. Okay, then maybe you can help me understand this because I'm too fucking stupid. The Root Network is dead, as some people say. Okay, that's why they're selling off. Okay. Then I have a question because I'm just too fucking stupid. Maybe you can help me. The Root Network joined with Amazon Web Service February 2026. Well, CryptoHawk, it's February 2026 right now. You're fucking. I told you you're smarter than me. The Root Network. Let me repeat this. The Root Network joined February 2026 with Amazon Web Service to become a validator node. Now, if the Root Network is dead long ago, right? It started dumping. People just started dumping the fuck out of it like 6 months ago. Okay. So Root Network's this dead project and all this stuff. Okay. Then, because I'm too fucking stupid to understand this, why did Amazon and Root Network join up to make Root Network a node on Amazon's cloud and all that web service stuff? Why'd they do that this month if it's a dead project? Is Amazon making partnerships with dead projects? Is that what Amazon does? No, I don't think so. I think something is hidden and nobody sees it except us. That should be a new song. Okay, so for all those you got Root Network, congratulations. It's not a dead project. It just joined with Amazon like a week or so ago to be one of those validators, super validators on Amazon. Not a big deal. Don't buy Root. Just forget what I just said. It's a dead project. Yes. Now we'll get back to Zen. I better go buy a couple million more Root just to be safe. Says Chris Sharpie. But no, it's a dead project. Amazon just joined Root like a week ago just for the fuck of it. Amazon likes to partner up with dead projects. Just thought I'd say it. Okay. Never mind me. Root Network's a dead project. But CryptoHawk, the price is down 90%. It's a dead project. Shut up. Now, Zen is a rebrand from a company called Scallop. Now, eMoney is a company that's hooked up, that made the wallet for Zen. Zen is hooked up in Nigeria, working with the government and the central bank. They have a wallet in Nigeria. eMoney made their wallet. eMoney came from Scallop. Scallop came from the United States. They had a money service business license. What? Scallop's pretty hidden. I don't know what Scallop is. I want to say that it's Stellar. Some kind of a Stellar. Now, wait a second. Hold on. Doesn't Stellar have something called Lobster Wallet? Oh, CryptoHawk, I think you figured it out. Now, let's think now. When you buy stuff on Stellar, don't you put it in a Lobster Wallet? What do you think, everybody? This is just my little conspiracy here. Just a little CryptoHawk conspiracy. True or false? Yes or no? When you get Stellar project shit. Isn't that the lobster wallet? Somebody, I'm asking the question. This one's not rhetorical. This is actual. This is an actual question. I'll sit here and wait till hell freezes over. Well, I guess people don't know. The answer will be yes. Yes, when you have stellar-based projects, you have a lobster wallet. This one happens to be called Scallop. Probably is a stellar wallet. Scallop created this. Well, they also have a money service business license and all this shit Scallop does. It's MiCA compliant. I say e-money is stellar. That's what I say. Now, e-money has a crypto. It's EMYC. Let's look it up right here. E-money. Sounds kind of like G-money. Let's go right here. Where we at? 20 minutes. Loads of time. Loads. We're just loaded. Boy, Jove, we're loaded. Real world asset. Here it is. E-money 0.006 cents. This this crypto came out 1 year ago today. It's got a market cap of about $1 million. Now, Solana is mixed up. The Solana Foundation is mixed up in this e-money, Scallop, Zen, asset chain, Nigerian government, all that shit. Circle Foundation is mixed up in this. Now, you know what I kind of say? I'm thinking this is Stellar Allbridge. That's what, because when you start talking about Solana and Stellar and all this interoperability, let me look this up real quick. And I really think in Allbridge, I think Allbridge is a crypto, so is Ultra Stellar and Stellar. So these are all cryptos that, if you're interested, you can, I think, actually buy. Scallop has a waiting list. So there you go. You have something called Stellar. They have this thing called Allbridge. It connects Stellar to Ethereum, Solana, Celo, Polygon. This is what I think. Right here, if you go to the Stellar blockchain wallet Lobster, you can buy Allbridge, Ultra Stellar, and Stellar. I believe Zen, Africa, Solana's mixed up in this, Polygon's mixed up in this, Stellar is also mixed up in this. I say they're using Allbridge here. That's just my belief. Now, in the deep dive, we're going to get into, and we're going to go very quickly through it. Red Belly is another crypto that's in this project here. RBNT. It's a crypto that I own. We've already gone over this a long time ago. The Red Belly Network. Red Belly. It's got 2 zeros, 0.004. Red Belly. Let me do a copy paste. Right there. There's your coin gecko for Red Belly. Now, I'm all done with my notes. I've got a long, long deep dive here, so I can't go over everything, obviously. I'm going to cherry pick throughout this deep dive. So far, I've already told you, what, 6, 7, 8 cryptos. If you include the ISOs, there's 12 in there. There's no magic. What's the magic one, Crypto Hulk? There's no magic one. That's tricks are for kids. The Central Bank of Nigeria has something called Payment System Vision 2028. It's a strategic framework launched in September of 2025. It's aimed at transitioning Nigeria's payment ecosystem into a more there you go, that's a democratic communist word, inclusive, innovative, secure, no, that means slavery system, secure and globally competitive system. It emphasizes digital transformation, financial inclusion, infrastructure strengthening, and interoperability to address challenges like high cross-border transfer costs. This Payment System Vision 2028 incorporates fintech innovations. I named all the companies that are involved, a lot of them. That's the innovation. That's what Nigeria is working with, fintechs that we talked about, to make it happen. And again, they got a Citibank chairman right there. And the government, the economic planning and budget in Lagos State. Like, the government's all involved in this thing. The Nigeria Electronic Funds Transfer Forum, like all these different Nigerian government departments, they're all mixed up. Everything that we just talked about, all the cryptos I just gave you, they are all tied in with this government experiment. There is no scam as far as I see here. I listed cryptos to you with 2 zeros in front of them. We really can't get any earlier than that. You're in at the very beginning. Other people will come in later. This thing will hit a quarter, 50 cents or whatever, and you'll have whatever you want of these. If you have 100,000 of them now, one day when it's $1, you got 100 grand. $5, let's say it goes to $5, now you got $500,000. But Crypto Hulk, these cryptos are not popular. Why is nobody else talking about them? Like, who the fuck's going to deep dive shit like this? Really? Who's going to be sitting here for a whole hour talking about a deep dive? Nobody, except this channel, all right? That's why nobody else is talking about this shit. It takes a lot of work and patience to find this shit, trace it back to scallop and shit, and to make a claim that Lobster is involved with this, which is Stellar and Allbridge and Ultra Stellar and shit. People don't want to do all that work, man. There's a lot of fucking work to do this. These are very small projects. You don't have to be big to do this. Nigeria is very small in comparison to, top countries in the world. And you don't have to, you can do this shit in Barbados, get all the crypto hooked up. It doesn't take a big country. You don't need a big country. You got the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System involved, the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System, the International Monetary Fund's involved, the G24 is involved. There's a sandbox they're running. You got telecom companies and digital ID companies involved in this. You have generically law enforcement agencies involved in this. And you have multiple CBDCs from different countries involved in this. Key advisors. In the sandbox, you've got a G24 director involved in this, the International Monetary Fund supervising the sandbox. The World Bank is involved in this sandbox. That's a Ripple partner. Ripple is a partner of the World Bank. There's a lot of big global type people involved. You got Glua, you got Bit Incorporated, BITT, Bit Incorporated. It's an e-Naira developer. You got Glua. That is the credit coin and the space coin connection there. Circles involved for remittances. Onafric is involved. That's 40 African markets and a crypto blockchain called Zone, Z-O-N-E. I heard there was no crypto for that one. Glua integrates Credle for loans. It works with Asset Chain, which is Zen Finance. Nigeria. You have Financial Action Task Force. They follow their guidelines. This whole project, Sandbox, follows FATFA and the Afrexim Bank, Bank of Angola, World Bank, IMF, Afrexim Bank is involved, Onafric's involved. Bit Incorporated, I think I looked them up and didn't really find much. Securities Exchange Commission, probably of Nigeria, is involved in this. Yeah, there's Bit Inc. It's founded in 2013 in Barbados. You know what? I'll tell you what. This Bit Inc. was founded in 2013. It develops the digital currency management system for issuing digital currencies. Bit pioneered the world's first CBDC. Bit powered the world's first CBDC with the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank's Dcash in 2021. And initially partnered with the Central Bank of Nigeria. So this obscure company opens up in Barbados, total scam, and hooks up with Nigeria. This is in 2013 when this company started. That's right when Ripple started. I say it's a government agency. That's a contractor. That's a government agency. Bit is based in Singapore since 2021. Ripple Singapore. There we go. See, all right, we already know in this channel. I just think, what are the odds a fintech company in 2013, right when Ripple hits the scene, they open up in Barbados? Like, Barbados is not the place where fintech companies start. And then they have the world's first CBDC. And where do they go? Oh, they go to Africa, Nigeria. Come on, man. That's not even a fucking story. I couldn't even turn that shit into a fairy tale. No one would believe that shit. It doesn't even sound right. That's how you know it's got government written all over it. If it sounds all kinds of fucked up, that's the government. If you can't cross the T's and dot the I's, that's some kind of government, just like Ripple's the government. But they call it a contractor or whatever. So Scotiabank. You got Scotiabank mixed up in this, Barclays, and it's all licensed in Caribbean banks. That's how you hide shit right there. So the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is mixed up in this. Overstock, that company overstock.com, what the fuck are they doing mixed up in this? Gluwa, Gluwa, is a blockchain-based financial platform founded in 2012, just the time Ripple hit the scene. It operates Credit Coin. It's a layer 1. Gluwa became the central bank of Nigeria's e-Naira partner. So this Credit Coin, this space coin is tied right in there with the Nigerian government, all right? And the central bank. Where are we at? 4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes. I think I'm going to start wrapping it up here. Let me check some comments real quick. Nigerian space. Okay, I think I'll wrap that up. What have we seen? What we're seeing in Nigeria, what we're seeing in Africa is different than what I normally look at in crypto. I'm not seeing the big banks involved in this. They're actually, it's pretty open. We're finding out how crypto companies like Trua and Zen and shit, like they're mixed right in with the government. I find that very interesting. Africa's kind of different. They don't have the same rules, or I don't know, maybe the big company, the big governments. It just seems weird to me how I'm showing you cryptos that are being integrated into the African country Nigeria's payment system. It's almost as if these countries in Africa are broke or something, or I know Nigeria's got money or whatever, but not like American money or England. It's almost as if in Africa, they kind of just try to make shit happen. They put it together and just, they're not trying to make it look super pretty or hide. They're just getting it done. We're not seeing the JP Morgans in there and the big Lightspeed Ventures coming in for venture capital. And I'm not seeing, it's just it's literally the government, the bank, and some crypto companies all working together to get this shit done. No one's trying to hide nothing. This is really easy to find. We've got at least 3 cryptos involved in this, all mixed in with World Monetary Fund, World Bank kind of shit. All this, it's all legitimate stuff. I didn't see any kind of scam or whatever in all this things here. Jamaica. These countries are broke. They're very rich in natural resource. Yeah, I mean, it's all relative term. Somebody's controlling the country. If I'm not getting into geopolitics, that's a whole nother channel. I can take it. We can talk about that for weeks. So what we're just seeing, what I'm showing you here is how Nigeria is hooking up. I'm showing you about cryptos that are working with the government and guess what? Global agencies, the G24, International Monetary Fund, World Bank, Nigerian Central Bank. These are all legit cryptos. I didn't get a chance to get into the red belly or the plume. They're both mixed up in this, red belly and plume. So if you want to get into those cryptos, get them. But that is, sounds like a bunch of shell companies. Yeah, especially with this Cayman Island thing or this Barbados thing. They're hiding some, they got to hide some stuff. And again, I'm not going to get in, do all the deep divey shit, because we're going to find 3-letter agencies, and then my channel gets shut down. So we already know. My channel, I stop right here. I'm done. I already know where this is going to go. So I'm not going to talk about it, because then I lose a channel, and then you all lose the information, and then we're fucked. So if you want to do a deep dive on your own or whatever, great. I'm not going to post the results here, so you can just find out for your own, start your own channel, show who it is, but I'm not getting into all the who really is in that Barbados LLC or whatever they set up. I'm not doing all that shit, because we all know where it goes. So with that, I'm out of here. I will not be having a PM show today. I have to do something, and it's going to take me away. I will be making calls. I will accept calls today. If I don't get back to you right away, just leave me a message. But I will have plenty of time to do phone calls today, maybe pick up 10 calls with people or something like that, a whole lot of them. If you've been a member and have not contacted me, today would be a good day to shoot me a message for that. And other than that, I will see you on the next one.